Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, well, it might be a little bit difficult to discern for folks that haven't been really keeping up with the news over here in Thailand, so I'll go ahead and get to it. I thought of making this video after reading quite a short article in the Bangkok Post, that's bangkokpost.com. Article is titled, "Anutin Wants Legal Action Over Tourist Unofficial Police Escort." Quoting directly, "A deputy prime minister has demanded punishment for police who provided a controversial VVIP escort for a Chinese tourist, saying it was against all rules. Deputy Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul said on Monday the police who provided the unofficial escort service had broken the law and regulations. No law permitted police to operate such a sideline," he said. Quote, "Those who did this must be prosecuted and punished," unquote, Mr. Anutin said. He did not expect it would tarnish the country's image. Quote, "We did not advertise any escort service for visitors," unquote, he said. So when we're talking about escort service here, what we're talking about is these are like motorcades, apparently. This story recently broke in like the last week. Apparently there was a tourist who hired something to assist them in having sort of a police escort, a police motorcade, so they could be escorted through the city with sort of a motorcade, apparently. I think it's going to take a few more weeks to sort of dig down into exactly what happened here, but yeah, that appears to be the situation. Now understand, look, police oftentimes, parades are a really good example of this. Police often have what's called extra duty, where they just simply have to provide sort of peacekeeping, I don't know how you want to put it, but basically just provide services, and sometimes even escort through the streets and things for foreign dignitaries. Or again, I always think of parades when I think of police having to do quote unquote extra duty. It's just, they kind of have to patrol, make sure that, nothing, fights or something or problems don't erupt. So there are good reasons for why police have the prerogatives to, for example, provide escort services, for example. However, as I think was noted, and I urge those who are watching this video, go check out that article, read it in detail. But I think it pretty clearly summed up things in that article that, this wasn't done for that purpose. This was just sort of a private person who just wanted, this escort, and it appears that, that was not appropriate. Now, where does that sort of, what's the point of this video? Again, sort of the thrust of these videos are for expats, possible tourists. Well, the thrust of the video and the thing to take away from it, if it sounds odd and it sounds like something that wouldn't normally happen, just because it's in Thailand, if you're in Ohio, if you're in Cleveland, are you just going to walk down to like the local police precinct and say, "Hey, I've got a car and I want you to drive around in front of me and be my police escort"? Probably not. Now, if you have a legitimate reason, if you go down to the police station and say, "Hey, we got a funeral coming up, my grandmother passed away, we're going to have a procession. Can you give us a hand with this? I don't know what that entails." Oftentimes, police officers are going to be very accommodating to something like that. This whole thing looks like it was some sort of, I don't know, almost pageantry or something, but, this person, it appears that sort of public resources may have been used improperly. Again, I don't know the full details. The thing to take away from this as sort of an expat or a tourist is, if it sounds, it's one of those, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. This doesn't quite equate to that saying. But if it seems strange, if it seems like an odd set of circumstances, it's probably something to steer clear of.